joining me today. This short mobility routine is to help you almost reverse your sitting shape. So if you have found yourself sitting for many hours, whether that's in a car or at a desk or just slumping down on a sofa, and you're just feeling tired, stiff, achy, this session I hope is really going to help. So you don't need anything other than a mat if you choose to use one. We're going to start standing though, and I'd love you to just have your feet parallel, soften your knees, and I'm just going to turn side on because we're just going to start with some pelvic tilts. So I want you to imagine that you're wearing a belt and your belt buckle is going to tilt up towards your chest, and you should feel length around your lower back, because if we sit a lot, that lower back can get really compressed. And then you're just going to really gently tilt your belt buckle away from you, and you should feel a little bit of a shortening around your lower back, but that's okay. We should be able to move the pelvis and the lower back in both directions. So I find it really helps to have hands on somewhere, so you can find sort of the back of your hips, and you're just going to gently tilt your pelvis while you're breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. Tilt your pelvis gently forwards and backwards. Or if that belt buckle visual helps you, tilt your belt buckle up and your belt buckle away. So like I said, we want to just start to reverse the shape that we've been in, which is why some of this is going to be standing, which is obviously the opposite of sitting. And we're going to do some hip opening stuff, open out your back to try and compensate from being kind of like forward and rounded for a large part of your day. So you're just going to finish with one more. Now we're going to do what's called lumbar back circles. So I want you to keep that little pelvic tilt where your belt buckle is tilted up towards your chest. So keep that as well as your soft knees. I need you to keep your arms, shoulders, neck relaxed. And you're going to start this off by giving me a side bend to your right. Now you're going to begin circling behind you until you end up on a side bend to your left, and then simply stack your spine. So you can keep this really gentle. We're going to go to the left, and you're going to circle your spine behind you, finishing in a side bend to your right, and then just easily stack your spine. So we're going to keep going from right to left, circle your spine behind you, and it's almost like you're trying to circle around your lower back. The lower back doesn't change because you're holding that tilted belt buckle towards you. So I'll stay facing this way for another one. So I'm going to side bend, circle back. So that's a little, almost you're going to let your arms kind of drop behind you a little bit. Let them just fall behind you. Side bend, circle the arms. Let your head just follow the movement. Try not to throw your head back because that can be really uncomfortable. Breathing in. And breathing out, and maybe your circles start to get a little bit bigger as you progress through this, but the pelvis doesn't move. You want to feel like you are moving the rest of your spine, but your pelvis and that gentle lengthening of the lower back, belt buckle tilted up, is what stays the constant here. Okay, let's finish one more. Keep changing the direction from right to left, left to right. Oh, I could definitely feel some abdominal effort. Okay, and then lengthen up. All right, so we're going to go to the neck, because if most people, when they're sitting a lot, they tend to get this sort of forward slumpy posture. So we're going to hopefully reverse some of that. I'll stay side on, and I just want you to keep your hand somewhere on your chest or your rib cage so that you aren't tempted to move your chest and rib cage. We're just going to go to the neck and the head. So you're going to give me your forward head. But then you're really going to focus on drawing your chin in and down, so you should get a bit double chinny, and then you're going to lengthen the back of your neck up to the ceiling. Forward head, but then focus on lengthening. And you should feel like you're literally getting a little taller. The back of the neck moves to the wall behind you, and you might even notice your chest lifts a little bit. So we're going to let the neck come forward, which you might find easier than the chin in and down and the lengthening back. So the back of the neck up to the ceiling. Forward head, backward head. Nothing else is really moving. Focus on the going back and up in terms of direction. forward, and I want you to feel that little bit of a double chin, chin in and down. So you're tucking your chin in just a little bit. One more time, forwards glide, backwards glide. Now keep that backwards glide, but maybe a little less intense in the neck and the throat, and then give me a lateral tilt, so ear to shoulder. And you should hopefully get a nice stretch down the side of your neck. Keep breathing, and a lateral tilt. Now if you want to intensify that a little bit, you're going to do this with your hands and wrists, wrist extension. And you might feel a little extra, a little zingy. Take those arms back a little bit. So when we sit a lot, our arms tend to be in front of us. Think driving, think working at a computer. So we're taking those arms back a little bit. And one more. And then you're going to interlock your fingers behind your back. Now, instead of those shoulders coming forwards, I want you to just roll them back. Think bringing your upper arms towards each other. Don't lock your elbows, but try and pull your fingers apart. Keep your neck back, so lengthen the neck. And you're going to take a breath in here and find a chest opener. Exhale. Now you want to make sure that you don't feel like your shoulder blades are being pinched together. You want to keep space. So space around your chest as you roll the upper arms back. Arms reach back, lengthen your neck. So we want space at the back of the neck, but we also want space between your shoulder blades. So don't let them pinch together. And then lower. And I want you to be able to take a huge breath in. We're going to do that one more time. So keep your fingers linked. Find your chest opener by rolling your upper arm bones backwards. Don't lock your elbows. Try and pull your fingers apart. Reach your arms away from you and take a deep breath in here. And then release that. Okay, you're going to come down into a half kneeling position. I'm going to take my right leg forwards first. But I'm going to take my leg quite wide and at an angle. So my foot and my knee are at the same angle, so turned out. And we're just going to gently open those hips by reaching towards that bent knee side, the front leg, and come back. So you can see how the angle of my back leg is going to change. And I'm trying to keep this really wide shape. I am lengthening up. We can go back to the neck thing if you want. Tuck that chin in a little bit. And we're kind of just going as deep into the stretch as you can. We're not holding it though. Just go in and out of the stretch. One more time, and then we're going to switch legs. Okay, cool. So other leg. So you just want to feel like you're getting a really lovely hip opener. Ooh, which is the tighter side. And you might feel it in a thigh. You might feel it right in your hip joints. You go as far as you can. Don't push it if it's not comfortable. And you can always put a hand towel or a cushion under your knee if your knee is a little uncomfortable. And of course, you can be on a mat. Okay, last one here. Now what we're going to do is called lumbar hip circles. And you're going to go back to your first leg. This time your foot needs to be straight and you're going to move it off to the side. Okay, actually you're going to turn out a little bit. We're going to turn this foot out, not as far as you were just before. And then you need to take your back leg, and can you see how I'm swiveling my back leg inwards, which actually takes me into external rotation of both hips. So make sure that your back leg, that shin and foot has come inwards towards your midline. Okay, you're going to have your hands on your hips so we can feel this. Now you're going to shift your hips to the right. You're going to make a circular shape as you go behind you. You're going to push your hips over to the left and press your hips forwards. So you should get a hip opener here at the front. We're just making a circle. Can you see if my hips have gone to the right, my torso and head have gone to the left. Now as I come through center, my hips are reaching behind me, but now I'm going to go to the left, which means my torso and my head are going to go to the right and center. Your front leg is going to move. It's going to straighten out a little bit and bend a bit more. Let that happen. You want to feel freedom of movement in your hips and a little bit around your lower back. As big as you can. Now we're going to reverse it. So we're going to go to the left. You're going to go to the back part of the circle, to the right part of the circle, lengthen up to the front, to the side, to the back. And obviously circles are continuous, so I don't want there to really be a stop and a start. But you're going to let that front leg bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. It doesn't fully straighten. But you'll see, hopefully, one more, that it lengthens a little bit. Okay. Really nice sort of hip mobility, hip control exercise. We're simply going to switch sides. So you're going to go into a bit of a turnout, not as far. We had quite an angle in the first one. So not as much of an angle, about 45 degrees. And now you've got to think about your back leg, and can you see how you're going to see my foot and my shin poking through the space between my legs. So again, we're going to make those circles. Let's start this way, to the left. Let's go backwards. To the right side of the circle, press forwards. And you're going to just notice which side feels a little trickier. Remember that your hip and your torso are in opposing directions. You're going to relax your head and shoulders and let them move around freely, just following the direction that your spine is going. Spine going one way and hips going the other way. Let's reverse. So we're going to go to the right side of the circle, the back part of the circle, the left, and press forwards. Keep breathing, lengthening and smoothly taking those hips round. And hopefully after this, your hips will at least feel great after a long time sitting. Okay, amazing. So we're going to do, finally coming up to standing, what's called a diaphragm stretch in a split stance. So you're going to give me right leg forward, left leg back. Just to support your head, I want you to take your right hand, same as the front leg, so same side of the body, right hand goes behind your head. Ideally, I'd like 2 parallel feet, but if you find yourself turning out here a little bit on that back leg, I'll forgive you for that. Aim for straight. Okay, so we're going to start from this back hip, lengthening up. You're going to find yourself going into a back bend as that arm, the left arm, you're going to extend your wrist, push it up to the ceiling, and take a breath in, supporting your head as you go into a bit of a back bend. And you're going to take a deep breath in here, and you're going to exhale like you're trying to fog up a mirror. And keep stretching your foot down and your hand up. And come out of that. So we're trying to almost go into a bit of traction. So lengthening here, lengthening up here to really stretch this side part of your body. Front of the hip and the side of the body. So we're going to do that side one more time. So you support your head as you go into a back bend. Press your hip forwards. Front knee is going to bend a little bit. Take your breath in as you go into that back bend. Feeling that big traction stretch. Your exhale, but keep tractioning, is and carefully come out of that. Only go as far back as you can actually support that shape. You don't want to feel like you're in any pain, maybe a little bit of discomfort, but a big stretch. So left leg is forward, left hand is behind your head. Your back leg stays straight, your front knee will bend a little bit. So you're going to start to breathe in, and you're going to press your hip forwards, and you're going to extend your spine. Think back. This goes back to your lumbar back circles. And if you haven't yet taken that breath in, do so. And then keep the stretch, reaching your palm to the ceiling as you do that exhale. And then come out of it. And we're going to do that one more time. It really needs to be an active stretch as you do that. So use your hand to help lengthen your neck. Breathe in, back leg stays straight. Reach your arm up to the ceiling and back. and then slowly come out of that. Okay, well, hopefully that has helped you in this short little mobility routine reverse some of the shapes that you've been stuck in for however many hours of the day. Do come back and repeat that, and I hope it helps. See you soon. Bye for now.